Yeah, Sonali, it is very amazing or surprising to see that we pray for Durga for 9 days. We have examples of Sita, Parvati, and other Lakshmi ji. But when it comes to women, we consider them that as a weaker. Although Parvati is known as a goddess of power, but when we when it comes to mindset, we think the women are weaker. If you teach a man, you will be teaching one man. But if you teach a woman, you will be teaching the entire family. Right now, when I ask this girl children, what do you want to become? So they again, doctor, engineer. Nobody talks about the army, navy, air force, or police. So I've been giving them the inputs how to join these uniform services. I tell boys how to behave with the girls because I cannot bring much changes in the grown-up men. But if I am able to bring the change in today's young boys, they will grow as a better male tomorrow. That's how I work.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Men's Talk Down. So in this channel, I interview exclusively men to understand their perspective about women and what is the requirement of this particular aspect, you can say. So this platform showcases that how and what is the mentality of men, or how do they perceive women, what is their perspective about women. This will help us create a better place, a safer place for women as we interact more with men and understand their viewpoints. So today I have with me Air Commodore Nrip Kumar Mehta, sir. Welcome, sir, to the show.
Thank you, Sonali.
I know sir since some time now, and it's an honor to invite him on this show. So I'm quickly going to introduce him before we move ahead with this part of the interview. So Air Commodore Nrip Kumar Mehta, VSM, was commissioned in Administrative Branch of Indian Air Force on 14 June 1985. He served under various capacities of Indian Air Force at various stations pan-India. He is a die-hard adventurist and sportsperson. He has done parajumping, high-altitude trekking, and participated in national hang gliding. He has also represented services as manager for aquatics in national games in 1997 held at Bangalore. He has completed his LLB, MBA, PGDCA, and a series of certificate courses, that is in disaster management and forensic science. He did a certificate course in data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. He's certified cybercrime intervention officer and certified cybercrime and ethical hacking officer. During his 37 years of glorious service, he has earned 4 commendations, many accolades, including the Vashisht Seva Meda. He is also a yoga enthusiast and has learnt yoga from the Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga. He is devoted to the upliftment of underprivileged children, especially girl child. For this, he takes classes for motivation, English speaking, self-confidence, patriotism at various schools in different villages in Noida. That's extremely impressive, and thank you so much, sir, for being part of this show and accepting my invitation. So welcome once again.
Thank you, Sonali. Thanks for inviting me, and my compliments to you for this initiative. Generally, men have a perception that they are not heard, only women are heard. So with your
Right.
podcast and this initiative, men are also getting opportunity to be heard. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for the mention. Yes, the platform is exclusively for men to express their views and perspectives. So I'm straight diving into the first question, and I just wanted to understand your life journey. So how your journey has been till date.
Okay, Sonali, I hail from Punjab, Ludhiana city in Punjab. And my father was a headmaster in Punjab School Education Board. I am the youngest of 3 brothers. In academics, I was better of the other brothers. So in those days, we never got the opportunity to decide what career we want to be. So my father, when I was in class 3rd or 4th, he said, I will make him doctor. So for throughout my life, I grew up studying कि doctor बना, doctor बना. I had not thought of any other profession. Being good in the academics, I was pursuing that. So obviously after 10th class, it was choice was only biology, botany, zoology, chemistry. But as the luck would have been or fate decided, I could not clear my medical entrance exam. Normally in my college, every year there are 4 to 5 students used to go to medical college. But that year, not even one student went to the medical college. So that was luck.
Okay.
That was a big shock to me because I have not thought of anything other than being a doctor. So it was a shock. Now what to do? So I was at loss. So I joined my BSc. I did my BSc and without any hope. So my father told me to try again next year. But I was there sure that those who are my contemporary, who have got into medical college, I don't want to be junior to them. So I have to do something better than them. I have to be placed higher than them. So I decided to pursue my civil services after my graduation. So after completing my BSc from Government College Ludhiana, I shifted to Punjab University Chandigarh and joined LLB. The purpose of joining LLB was not to be advocate, but to get an opportunity and time to prepare for civil services. So I shifted to hostel in Punjab University, and during this period I was just less than 20 years old, and we applied for every possible entrance exam. My father used to apply for bank, PO, and any possible exam. So he applied for the Air Force Ground Duty Branch Officer also. I did not know it is my father who applied for. One fine day in Punjab University, we were friends. We were sitting in the cafeteria, and one of my friends said, "Yeah, I got a SSB interview in Dehradun." I said, "Just hold on. I also got the interview." So luckily, the dates were similar. So while we two were there were three more boys students joined. They said, "We also have the interview on the same date and same place."
Okay.
So we said, "Okay, good. We will go for the interview." And none of us were keen to join the Air Force. The aim was to see Mussoorie. So, and this interview for SSB is travel and stay, everything is free. Aana, jana, rehna, khana, peena, everything is free. So let's go to Dehradun. We'll finish the interview and thereafter we will go to Mussoorie. With this aim, we went to Dehradun. And during the SSB, anything and everything that I was asked, my answer was very plain and straight. Like, for example, they asked me, "Why you want to join Air Force?" I said, "I have not come to join Air Force. I come here to spend my time and go to Mussoorie." So they asked me, "How was your stay here?" I said, "The dormitory where we have been kept are full of mosquitoes, and it is a winter time. March was the month, and Dehradun is cold in the March." And says we did not get the hot water and we had to take bath with the cold water. I did not like it. He said, "How was the food?" I said, "Food was okay, but otherwise stay was not comfortable." And at the end of the 5 days interview, when everybody was lined up, so we were ready to or decided to go to Mussoorie. But as they do it, those who are selected, they are kept there and others are put into the 6.5 tonner ascent. So my chest number was 2. So he announced chest number 2 this side. I didn't remember my chest number at that time. So I didn't even listen. So with all other my friends, they were not selected. So they all were told to move in the bus. So I also moved there. So that interviewing officer says, "Where are you going?" I says, "I'm going with my friend." He said, "No, you are selected. You have to come this side." I said, "But I don't want to join." I said, "I don't want to join." He says, there was one squadron leader, I don't remember the name now. He says, "Beta, this is a very good opportunity. You join. Even if you don't want to join, just wait for them. It will take 2 to 3 hours to fill up the medical examination form, other forms, and thereafter you are free." I said, "Sorry, I am not." But somehow he convinced me. I stayed back, but it took me till 5 o'clock. And by the time all my friends, they who went there, they were to wait at the bus stop, but they all went to Mussoorie. And those were the times when there was no mobile and no other communication. So I could not join them. I came back to Chandigarh without going to Mussoorie, and I was very upset. And I forgot about the interview. Thereafter, I got medical for Delhi. So medical was Delhi again. Delhi, aana, jana, rehna, khana, veena free. I said, "Okay, another chance to go to visit Delhi." So I went to Delhi for the medical exam. Of course, medical happened. I cleared the medical also. Again, I forgot. But it was in 1984, and Operation Blue Star started in May, and all our hostels are vacated, and I moved back to my native place, Ludhiana. Things were really bad and during that time. And during this peak of Operation Blue Star, I got my call letter to join Air Force Academy.
Okay.
Now, When I got the call letter, my father emotionally blackmailed me. He said, "Beta, we do not know whether we are going to survive the day conditions, things are going on in Punjab. So you have got the opportunity, you go." That's how I joined Indian Air Force. Believe me, I had not even read the joining letter in detail, and I did not know what I am joining for when I reached Air Force Academy. So when I reached Air Force Academy, seniors take the fall in. So they asked me, which branch you are come to join? I said, what branch? Are there any branches also? I didn't know this thing that I have come to join at a branch.
I know, sir.
But anyway, notwithstanding.
Phase is such.
Yeah. Yes. But after joining Air Force, I had no regrets. I am very happy. I did reasonably good in the service, and while in the Air Force, I was from the pure administrative branch stream, and I became expert of specialization in work services. And I was told my name was recognized in the Air Force as a work service expert. I have authored a manual for the works and quartering IAP 2501, 1068 page document. That's how is my journey, and I am very happy and no regrets.
That's wonderful, sir. It's been what I can see is amazing journey, which started with a no and ended up with a glory, I would say. So that's great. That's great. So thank you for sharing the most beautiful part of your career. Moving ahead, I would straight away dive into our subject of the podcast. So what I would like to ask you is that who are the women who have encouraged you in your life, and how do you express your gratitude for them?
Sonali, when you told me the topic, I look back and it pains me, or it I will say एक दुखती हुई रग को छेड़ दिया. I have no sister, and I don't have any daughter also. So I really have not experienced the growing of a girl child, and the environment in which the girls grow and how I have no experience. This I feel is a vacuum in my life. My father was always in favor of supporting women, and he always, because he looked after his sisters and brought them out, educated them, and got them married. He always supported women.
Sir, I think I'll just interrupt you here, because I believe that is the reason also you work towards upliftment, especially for the girl child. Is it like something related?
That's right.
Yes. So because in your bio, I just read that, so I can correlate.
So yes, my father's principles and his thought process did affect me a lot. I'll be coming to that and explaining that. I in fact inherited this quality from my father, and it is part and parcel of my blood. Actually, although I studied in co-education schools and college also, but in college girls were not there with us. But I really never had any close interaction. In those days, even the boys and girls were studying in the same school, but there were no real interaction at that time. Girls used to sit on the one side and boys used to sit on the other side of the classroom. Not much of interaction. So first time I had real interaction was only after my marriage, and I encouraged my wife also to pursue career. My father always felt that women should always be working beyond the homemakers. So I always wanted my wife to be working. So after marriage, I encouraged my wife to be a working woman, and she was very happily to grab that. And she worked as a teacher initially in the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. Thereafter, she became the youngest to be the principal and youngest assistant commissioner in the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. She served in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan for 22 years. She took as a voluntary retirement as an assistant commissioner after 22 years service. And then she is pursuing her own consultancy firm, and she is doing very well. And I have always supported her, and she has done very well in this field. I feel that women are in no way less than men in these aspects. So whosoever women have come to my life, I have always tried to support. As I mentioned, don't have much women in my life. Whosoever came, I have supported. When I joined Air Force, the girls joined. I joined in 85. I got commissioned in 85. The girls started coming in the Air Force in 1992.
Correct.
And first time I encountered women officers or lady cadet when I was in Air Force Academy.
Right.
I was a directing staff.
Okay.
believe me, I found that quality of intake for the girls were much better than the boys. Reason being, the competition for the girls was much more tougher than the boys, because number of vacancies are less and candidates are more as compared to the ratio for the men. So the quality of the women cadets were far better than the men. And whether it was physical activities, running or exercise or anything like that, or the academics, I found the women were equally good, and in fact, rather than, I'll say they were better off in many aspects than the men. So that's what I have faced in my personal and professional life, like this.
So I think you have already taken steps to encourage whoever has been in your family, that is your wife, I mean ma'am. And how about, sir, if it comes to your professional life, like you have had 37 years of service. Now in 37 years, various lady officers, or you might have come across in your work scenario. So how did you encourage them to do better? And how would you mentor other men to encourage women in their lives?
Sonali, to be frank, in the Air Force, I did not treat women officer as different from the men. I found that all women officer was same, and whenever I was considered as a tough taskmaster in the office, and my subordinates were little. I will not scared. They were apprehensive to going to me, that they were coming to me, they have to do their homework first, then to come to me.
Okay.
So same way I treated the lady officer exactly like that only. I did not differentiate or did any difference in the distribution of job, and I find them, they were always very good. Beside that, there was one domestic help who worked with us for good about 10 years. Her daughter, we helped her in education, and today she is a major in the Indian Army working in Bangalore.
God, oh wow, that's very impressive. Wow.
Yes.
I mean,
So
that's very
that's I consider as a big that I consider a big achievement.
Yes, it's an achievement.
Yes.
No doubt.
I was posted as Chief Administrative Officer in Hindon, and that time Hindon used to have a Air Force Day parade, and which is a very mega event, and it starts, but parade starts at 9 o'clock, but the work starts at 3:30 or in the morning, or previous night also. So I had a good army of 8 officers under me, including 2 women officers. So in the evening, when it was my first parade, I was a little apprehensive, the things will not go, and I have a tendency to do the things myself. So when I was involved in the evening for the arrangement and all that, then at the pack of time, I asked, what will happen in the morning? So we will be here in the morning. I was a little apprehensive that who will come at 3:30 in the morning. But reluctantly, when at 4 o'clock in the morning, when I went to the tarmac to see the arrangement, to my surprise, all my 8 officers, including 2 women officers, were present there and making the arrangement there. I was amazed. Then I said, if I have this type of officer and the woman officer with me, I need not here to supervise and interfere in the work. I really came back home and I was relaxed. That's how the responsibility the woman officer take, and there is no difference. One lady officer has a young daughter also, but still she was there at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning at the tarmac.
That's really wonderful.
As regards mentoring other men, see, Sonali, in India the mindset of men are different from the women. Still, it is far different. If I try to tell any other men and try to educate that we should do this thing, they will not listen. So I believe in doing it by example. My goal is that now I target the young boys. Whenever as I mentioned, I go to the 3 schools. There are 3 villages around my society in Noida: Asgarpur, Bakhtawarpur and Sultanpur. I go 2 hours in each school in every week. I take classes for the children, underprivileged children of the maids and domestic helps and security guards.
Oh, okay.
I teach them moral education, English, general knowledge, awareness, health hygiene, etiquettes. I motivate them, and I motivate them to do well. And especially, my focus is on the girl child. So that is my target. And in this, what I do is I tell boys how to behave with the girls, because I cannot bring much changes in the grown-up men. But if I am able to bring the change in today's young boys, they will grow as a better male tomorrow. That's how I work.
That's very well said, sir. And I think you yourself working for the girl child speaks volumes about your thought process. So thanks for sharing us all these aspects with us. So coming to the next question, what are the stereotypes or myths you feel that are related to women today? Especially, I would talk about India because we have different culture, different society. A lot of it's a secular country rather than westernized people. How do you feel that these challenges can be overcome? We can overcome this as a society.
Yeah, Sonali, it is very amazing or surprising to see that we pray for Durga for 9 days, and we have examples of Sita, Parvati, and other Lakshmi ji. But when it comes to women, we consider them that as the weaker. Although Parvati is known as a goddess of power, but when it comes to mindset, we think the women are weaker. They can't do hard work. But I find my belief is, as I inherited my father, women are mentally much stronger than men, and emotionally also they are balanced. They are emotional, they are balanced. If there are setbacks, the woman comes back very soon. But whereas men, they may be physically strong than a woman, but mentally they are not as strong as women are. And emotionally, it takes very long for them to overcome the setbacks and come back to the track. So, women are much stronger, better off. And what I always tell the young children, what women can do, men cannot do. But whatever men can do, all women can do. A woman can bring life to this world. A man cannot. That's what my thought process on this.
One more question is what are the qualities and skills you admire about women? So can you throw some light on it?
Yes, Sonali, the women are naturally, they are religious in nature. Their natural instinct of caring, loving, and nurturing, cooking, it comes just natural to them. Love, whereas it is not as natural to the men as it is. If woman is that is why woman is called a homemaker. My father used to say, if you teach a man, you will be teaching one man. But if you teach a woman, you will be teaching the entire family.
Absolutely.
So, by educating the girl child, we teach the entire family. She will propagate, she will extrapolate to the entire family. So this natural skills of women of being loving and caring and nurturing and cooking, feeding the family, it's very natural, which is not seen in the men. Then another thing is, the girls have a lot of sense of colors. For men, there are only 4 colors. But women find colors within the color. I can't think beyond the 4 colors. Before marriage, I didn't know that socks are to match. Socks color is to match with the trouser color. So when I went to see my wife for the first time, I was wearing green color socks with grey trouser. I didn't notice it. Whatever socks used to come, I used to put in on. So she remembered that. So color of socks is to match with the trouser. It is only a girl can think of, men don't. Similarly, in the Air Force, you must have noticed that also aesthetic sense of girls is much better than the men. So for all guest houses and officer mess, when it comes to buying your furniture, curtain and other furnishing, we always used to consult the ladies. That is the naturally instinct given to the women, which men don't have.
Right. I think yes, that's again very. I can say it's a natural point which comes up. It's naturally with the women. And not that men don't have, but maybe some of them do have this quality, but more it is found in women. Sir, I think very well, very beautifully you have shared these points. So coming to our last question of the series, I would want to ask you that what are your dreams of rather encouraging women in our society, or making that benchmark where we have a safer place for the women, and how do you plan to achieve these things? So one aspect you have already shared with us, that you are teaching the girl child or focusing more on them. So what other thoughts would you like to share with us?
As you have mentioned it, that when my focus is on the girl child, I want these girl children to join the uniform services. Not only Army, Navy, Air Force, maybe police, CRPF, ITBPF, BSF, like this. So I encourage them right now. When I ask these girl children, what do you want to become? So they again, doctor, engineer, nobody talks about the Army, Navy, Air Force or police. So I've been giving them the inputs, how to join these uniform services, what are the advantages. Like for example, one girl, she is a very good, intelligent girl. She said, I want to be doctor. I said, do you know how much money is required to become a doctor, and at what age you will become a doctor and start earning? Whereas on the other side, if you join a uniform service, maybe Army, Navy, Air Force or CRPF or any paramilitary force or even civil police, you will be starting earning much younger age and better off. So my target is to motivate these young girls to join the uniform services, and I think I will be achieving my target if 10 to 12 girls, if I am able to send them to join the uniform services, and even 1 to 2 girls as an officer, I think my goal will be achieved. As of now, I am working toward this goal.
Excellent, sir. I think that is something very, very beautiful and very, very strong that you have shared, because nowadays awareness is the key. Most of the time people are not aware, so leave apart joining, but they don't even have idea what happens. So, and if you coming to that, a lot of time I do get this question that how is it inside the Air Force stations, or how exactly is the working, because there are inhibitions associated with it, that when you actually start working, how it is and what are the things you face. Because in Air Force also, it is unlike other organizations where you cannot just walk inside the campus or inside the Air Force stations and see what is happening. Maybe in companies you might get a chance to visit the corporates and all. So yes, that's a very great point you shared, and I really want to thank you, sir, for being here, and it's an honor to host you. Thank you so much for sharing all the points, all the insights into this subject and with your experience. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Sonali. It was nice talking to you. Thank you very much.